Chloe cheated and then lectured me on being generous. 2 years into our marriage, she sent me intimate photos and videos of her and Leo, and when I confronted her, she cursed me, calling me petty. I'm so exceptional. Why should I belong only to you? I was utterly disgusted and filed for divorce. On the day we registered, she linked arms with her new lover and smugly declared I'd regret trying to win her back. But day after day passed, and I didn't show up. Unable to sit still, she knocked on my front door, only to be greeted by her rival, Ethan. Your ex-wife is looking for you. A friend joked around and stuck a fake parking ticket on my car, then sent me a photo. I fell for it and sent a text message to Chloe asking if she'd received an SMS. She replied that she hadn't. I thought there might be a delay, so I logged into the online system to check and discovered she had a few pending violations. When I clicked on them, the photos showed neither the driver nor the passenger wearing seatbelts. I didn't recognize the man in the passenger seat. I checked the violation location. It was near Chloe's dessert shop, around 10 p.m. last night. There were no intimate gestures between the two people in the photos, but I still felt something was off. Because had told me last night that she was with her best friend, who was going through a breakup. I was debating whether to ask her about it. Chloe sent another text message saying she'd be busy at the shop tonight, and I shouldn't wait up for her. Her dessert shop was one I opened for her. While business was good, it wasn't usually busy enough to keep her out late every night. But for the past 2 weeks, she'd been coming home late, well into the night. The more I thought about it, the more something felt wrong. So, I probed her. I'll come pick you up and help out while I'm there. She replied instantly, don't bother coming. You are clumsy and would only cause trouble. But I'm rebellious by nature, so I drove out directly. When I arrived, Chloe was leaning against a guy. He was playing with her hair. They were laughing and talking, in an intimate pose. Hearing the door open, the guy turned his head and looked over. Our eyes met, and he froze for a moment. He clearly knew me. He raised an eyebrow and chuckled. Sorry, Pops, our shop is already closed for the night. Chloe also looked up at that moment. The smile on her face immediately vanished when she saw me, and she quickly pulled away from him. Didn't I tell you not to come pick me up? Then she introduced him to the guy. Leo, this is my husband, Ethan. Oh, so you are Chloe's husband? I mean, husband. He specifically emphasized the word, husband, and Chloe playfully patted him. After left, I looked at Chloe calmly. Who was that? Chloe said, he's here for a part-time job. He looks quite young. Of course, he does. He's still in his junior year of college, vibrant and full of life, unlike you TSK. She shook her head, not finishing her sentence, but the disdain in her eyes said it all. I am 7 years older than Chloe. I'm 33 this year, and she's only 26. When I first met her, she was also in her junior year of college, interning at my company during the summer. She was assigned to my team. At that time, I was in my prime. I was attractive and capable, so Chloe fell in love with me at first sight. She painstakingly pursued me for half a year, and on the day I finally agreed, Chloe couldn't wait to announce our relationship to the whole world. But after we got married, I felt her love less and less. Before, she would share all sorts of small things with me. Now she found it bothersome. Before, she would share our sweet daily life on social media posts every now and then. Now, there were no updates about me at all. I would constantly reassure myself that true love is the calm that remains after the initial passion fades. But today, the way Chloe looked at Leo was exactly how she looked when she was pursuing me. The thought of divorce emerged at that moment. After getting home, Chloe said she was hungry again and told me to cook for her. In the past, I would have eagerly gone to the kitchen. But now, I refused without thinking. I'm tired. If you want to eat, make it yourself. Chloe stopped what she was doing and looked at me incredulously. Well, you've grown a spine, haven't you? What's gotten into you? You've been pulling a long face ever since you saw Leo. I just talked a few extra words with a guy. You are not jealous, are you? At your age, how can you be so petty? I heard the sarcasm in her words, even a hint of triumph. I hardened my face, Was it really necessary to lean on him when you were talking? If you think I'm old, then go find someone young and strong who can satisfy you. With that, I turned to go back to my room. She stumbled over her words, and the triumph in her eyes was instantly replaced by anger. Ethan, how dare you talk like that? I just leaned on him for a moment. Nothing happened. How can your thought process get more dirty-minded the older you get? Just because I'm married to you doesn't mean I've lost the right to have friends, does it? Seeing that I ignored her, she got angry, picked up the cup from the table, and threw it at me. She was always like this, getting upset, and causing a scene, sometimes even getting physical. Before, I just thought she was young, and liked to throw a little tantrum. I pampered her and indulged her in every way, but that didn't mean I had no limits. I reached out to block it, and the cup hit the wall nearby. Shards of glass grazed the back of my hand, and blood immediately flowed. She was surprised and frantically ran over to look at my wound. As she lowered her head, a red mark was visible on her neck. Somehow, my mind suddenly conjured the image of Leo leaning into her neck, whispering sweet nothings. A shiver of disgust ran through me, and I abruptly pushed her away. Her face looked a bit grim. Just then, my phone buzzed with a message notification. Chloe picked it up, and glanced at it, a slight smile playing on her lips. I didn't need to guess who the message was from. She looked up, unable to hide the joy in her eyes, yet put on a calm facade. All right, it's not that serious of an injury. I'll go out and buy you some medicine. I've been busy all day, and now I have to take care of you. It's like I'm indebted to you every single day. With that, she turned and left, slamming the front door shut behind her. Chloe was gone for a long time, and didn't return. I ordered alcohol gauze from an online platform. No sooner had I put down my phone than I received a new email. Inside was a video and several photos. Chloe lay on the bed, her face flushed, her body marked with red marks. Your wife is truly beautiful. Strangely, at that moment, I felt no anger, no resentment, no sadness. I was only thinking about how to maximize my interests when divorcing. Without the slightest hesitation, I printed out the photos. I couldn't pass up a freebie like evidence of infidelity, delivered right to my doorstep. After doing all this, I sent a text message to my friend. Help me find a top lawyer. I'm getting divorced. The next day, just before I was about to leave work, Chloe called. Leo has moved. He's inviting us over for dinner tonight. My first reaction was to refuse. No, I have other plans tonight. Chloe chuckled. What plans could you possibly have? I'm just trying to be nice, and bring you along because I'm afraid you'll overthink things. Don't push your luck. I'm coming to pick you up now. Come out when you are done. Without giving me a chance to argue, Chloe hung up the phone. I didn't want to complicate things before the divorce, so I packed up my belongings and went downstairs. When she called me over, Chloe got out of the driver's seat and sat in the passenger seat. I just woke up and didn't have time to get ready. You drive while I quickly put on some makeup. Seeing my hand still wrapped in gauze, Chloe finally remembered that she had gone out to buy medicine for me yesterday. Stop at the pharmacy up ahead. I'll go buy you some medicine first. No need, it's almost healed. She nodded distractedly. Well, you are tough-skinned anyway. A little injury is nothing. I paused, then chuckled, and agreed with her. Yeah, you are right. Chloe continued applying makeup while telling me what happened last night. I was supposed to come back up after buying the medicine, but Leo got drunk and had some trouble. I helped him sort it out, took him home, and looked after him all night. You are not jealous, are you? I looked straight ahead. Of course not. He's your employee. It's right for you to take care of him. Chloe seemed very pleased to hear this and unconsciously hummed a little tune. As we reached the intersection, a scooter suddenly appeared. I slammed the brakes, catching Chloe off guard, and her eyeliner smudged. She stared at me furiously. I ignored her, my gaze falling on the glove compartment in front of her. The compartment lid had popped open, revealing a used condom inside. It felt like blatant provocation. In the past, I would have flown into a rage, demanding to know why she had something like that in her car. But now, I said nothing. I calmly picked it up with a tissue and threw it into the trash bag. Chloe froze, looking uncharacteristically embarrassed. I lent the car to Leo yesterday. He must have accidentally left it. I'll tell him off when I get back. I couldn't be bothered to expose her flimsy lie. I just nodded, remaining expressionless. When we arrived at Leo's new place, Chloe deftly entered the door code. With a beep, the front door opened. Leo darted out from inside and gave Chloe a warm hug. Then he looked me up and down. You must be Chloe's husband, right? I didn't get a chance to properly greet you yesterday. Today, I specifically told Chloe to bring you along. As he spoke, he enthusiastically led Chloe to a seat. The small living room was packed with people. I was the only one still standing by the door. Damn. Looks like there's no room. Leo looked around and smiled at me. Hey, Ethan, maybe you should head back first. Anyway, you wouldn't understand what we young people talk about. Just leave Chloe to me. I promise I lines take good care of her. Everyone there was Leo's friend or classmate. He was putting on this show simply to show off in front of everyone. Seeing the awkward atmosphere, a girl stood up to offer me her seat. Why don't you sit here? I waved my hand and sighed. No need to bother. We are getting divorced. You can take care of Chloe for the rest of her life. Chloe looked at me in shock. After all these years together, this was the first time I had humiliated her in front of outsiders. During the years I deeply loved Chloe. No matter how late she stayed out or how wild she got, I would go pick her up through any storm or wind with just one phone call. But now, I refuse to suffer this indignity because of her anymore. Someone came over to smooth things over. Leo sneered, passive-aggressively. Ethan, at your age, are you still playing hard to get? Chloe looked embarrassed and glared at me. Ethan, did I give you too much leeway? How can you be so low? Have you forgotten how you used to beg me on your knees not to divorce you? I ignored her and turned to leave. I would no longer beg her to change her mind. Leo wasn't the first man Chloe cheated with right after we got married. We had many arguments because Chloe kept getting into a complicated relationship with her ex-boyfriend. Every time, Chloe would say, think whatever you want. If you can't stand it, then get a divorce. At that time, I was still immersed in the false love she had woven for me. I apologized to Chloe repeatedly, knelt at the front door, and chased her car in the cold wind, terrified she would actually leave me. But took my love and my tolerance as something to brag about and a reason to trample on me. This time, I would not swallow my pride indefinitely. As soon as I got back into my car, the lawyer my friend recommended texted me, "Are you free in a bit? Let's meet and talk." Looking at the location he sent, I started the car. 20 minutes later, I arrived at the agreed-upon location, a coffee shop. I stared at the woman across from me. The dim light blurred the contours of her face, and I felt as though I had seen her somewhere before. She seemed to notice the puzzlement in my eyes. She smiled. "Don't you remember me?" It wasn't until she mentioned Chloe's name that it suddenly clicked. The woman before me was Sophia, Chloe's sworn enemy from school all the way through work. I instinctively wanted to keep my distance from her, but just as I got up, I remembered that Chloe and I were getting divorced. As for Sophia, she was simply my lawyer. When we finished talking, Sophia handed me the divorce agreement and smiled. "If you need to file a lawsuit, feel free to contact me anytime. Considering you're about to be Chloe's ex-husband, I'll give you a discount." I thought it wouldn't be necessary, but I still nodded and thanked her. When I returned home, Chloe wasn't there. I didn't call her. I took out my suitcase and started packing. Although I bought this house, I transferred the ownership to Chloe before we got married, which was one of her conditions for agreeing to marry me. Now that our marriage was ending, the only thing left for her was this house. Chloe probably got home around 2 a.m. Seeing the suitcase, she paused. "It's so late. Where are you going?" I handed the divorce agreement to Chloe. "Let's get divorced." Chloe paused for a few seconds, then irritably pushed me away. "Ethan, that's enough. I'm already exhausted. What's with the drama now? What I said tonight was too much, but you shouldn't treat my friend that way. Go apologize to Leo, and we can put this behind us." I had already anticipated her reaction. I threw the photos of her and Leo in front of her and said loudly, in this relationship, I'm never the one who should apologize. Your disgusting affairs make me sick to my stomach. Chloe glanced at the photos, and the panic on her face quickly turned into unconcern. Is that what this is about? This petty little thing is why you are divorcing me. Ethan, don't be so selfish. Why should an exceptional woman like me belong only to you? He knows I have a family and doesn't even care, so why are you so petty? As she spoke, she leaned closer. I have been a bit cold towards you lately, and you've vented your anger. I promise. How about I spend a few days with you properly? Chloe was always like this, giving mixed signals. I had heard such words too many times. From initial self-reproach and anger, now I felt unmoved. I insisted on handing her the divorce agreement. Take a look. If there are no issues, sign here. Chloe roared, Ethan, that's enough. If you keep this up, I'll take you seriously, and then you'll have nowhere to turn for sympathy. I silently met her gaze. Finally, she angrily averted her gaze. She snatched the divorce agreement from my hand, flipped directly to the last page, signed her name, and viciously told me to get out. Before leaving, I reminded her again, tomorrow at 8 a.m., I'll see you at the Countess office. The next morning, when I arrived at the Countess office, Chloe was already waiting there. But she wasn't alone, Leo was with her. He looked at me with an expression of helplessness. Ethan, Chloe told me you two are getting divorced, and it shocked me. I thought, what you said yesterday was just out of anger. If you are angry, take it out on me, I'll apologize to you. It was ridiculous. He put on a generous front, but his eyes were full of provocation. I curved my lips into a smile, then apologize. What? Apologize? Weren't you going to apologize to me? Leo froze, then realized what I meant. He naturally took Chloe's hand. Oh no, Chloe, Ethan is really angry. You quickly explain it for me. Chloe frowned. Who does he think he is? Why would I explain anything to him? Leo looked back and forth between Chloe and me, then spoke with a smile. Ethan. I cut him off. Don't call me that. We are not close. His smile instantly faltered. Chloe yelled, Ethan, do you have any manners? Seeing them put on another act, I felt annoyed. Chloe, the purpose of our meeting today is to handle the paperwork. Are you trying to stall now? Her face quickly turned grim. We entered the Countess office one after another. After completing the registration, the clerk told us to come back in a month to pick up the divorce certificate. Leaving the Countess office, Chloe linked arms with Leo and deliberately asked, how long do you think he can last without coming to find me? A week. Chloe glanced at me, still standing there, and said triumphantly, let's make a bet. He'll be back begging me in less than 3 days. It's always been like this, these past few years. I'm really tired of it. With that, the two of them giggled and drove away. I chuckled derisively. This time, Chloe was going to be disappointed. After getting home, I posted a social media post with a photo of the divorce agreement. The first to react was Eleanor, my mom. Phone calls poured in one after another, text messages flooded my phone. I glanced over them, seeing words like, asking for trouble, and disrespectful. I hit clear and blocked her right away. The next second, Liam's call came in. He was my college classmate, and also my business partner. So you really divorced her, huh? Chloe's dramatic courtship of you, and you finally reached a positive outcome, only for this to happen. He sighed with regret. Love is truly unpredictable. Even more unpredictable things were yet to come. Eleanor came knocking on my front door, determined to stand up for Chloe. You are divorcing Chloe. Are you seeing someone else? Why can't you give me a break? And you shamelessly posting on social media, aren't you ashamed? I told you long ago to have a child. You are over 30 and you don't even have a child. How useless are you? My life is so hard. Everyone says you are sick and unable to have children. Can't you make me proud for once? Now I can't eat or sleep well every day, and I don't even feel like playing cards. I don't care. You apologize to Chloe. If you dare to divorce her, I won't acknowledge you as my son. I had heard this spiel countless times. I couldn't help but ask her, "Won't you ask why we're divorcing? Why? Why? It must be because you are like your damn father, seeing someone else. You have the nerve to ask me why. Ethan, I'm telling you, if you dare to abandon your wife, don't ever call me mom again." I blurted out, "Okay, Auntie." Eleanor froze for a few seconds, then roared, "Ethan, you just want to infuriate me to death, don't you? What have I ever done to you? Your dad left with a homewrecker and I raised you from the ground up. Is this how you repay me? You are only happy if you drive me to my death, aren't you?" I looked at the hysterical woman in front of me and remembered my high school days. She said I was grown up and should earn money to support the family. So, she found me a summer job helping out at a friend's restaurant. I went, and the person I could call Auntie cornered me in the restaurant after closing one day. She said that if I was willing to leave with her now, she'd give me $6,000 a month. I was disgusted and told Eleanor about it. She was silent for a moment. 6,000 peanuts. Tell her 50,000 a month, and then agree. At that moment, I completely understood that she had never treated me as her son, or even as a person. I quit the restaurant, but Eleanor didn't intend to let me go. She forced me to go back, saying if I didn't explain myself to that person, how could she face them later? From then on, I developed an unexplained aversion to the opposite sex. Until I met Chloe, my supposed salvation, which turned out to be another abyss. I took a knife from the kitchen and threw it in front of Eleanor. She recoiled 2 steps in fear. "What are you doing?" I said coldly, "The knife's yours. Kill me, or kill yourself. Either way, this divorce is happening." The air instantly became silent. Seeing her not speak, I took 2 steps forward, grabbed her, and dragged her towards the windowsill. "If you don't want to use the knife, that's fine too. We can jump from here, mother and son. You don't want to live anyway, so I'll join you." Eleanor struggled free and fled in disarray. At the front door, she viciously said, "If you want to die, you die. Die so you can leave all your property to me." After she left, silence fell. I was just about to fall asleep on the sofa when Chloe's phone call woke me up. She asked, "What should I do with the rows of ties in your drawer?" It took me a while to realize what she was talking about. "Most of them are yours. You can deal with them however you like." Chloe said coldly, "HMPH, you deliberately left them to have a chance to see me, didn't you?" I cut her off, then threw them away. With that, I hung up the phone. I had initially wanted to block her, but thinking I'd still need to contact her to pick up the divorce certificate, I decided to wait. I thought, given Chloe's personality, after being put in her place by me, she definitely wouldn't reach out again. But 2 days later, while I was having dinner with Caleb and Sophia, I received another call from her. Sophia had been recruited by Caleb to our company's legal department. She seemed very carefree, but as I got to know her, I found her to be thoughtful. We were talking about the company's upcoming game, and Sophia seemed surprised. "Is this game really that awesome?" Caleb said triumphantly, "With our lead designer at the helm, it's definitely going to go viral." Sophia nodded. "Ethan is indeed incredible." Then she added, "Chloe is going to suffer a big loss this time." I picked up my cup and took a sip. I'm afraid she still doesn't know what my job entails. In size, I was quite useless. I once accidentally saw her chat history with Leo. Leo said, "He's over 30, and seeing the old car he drives, he doesn't seem like a capable man. What do you see in him? His age? Or that he doesn't shower?" Chloe didn't argue at all, and probably even found the joke amusing. After that, Chloe looked down on me even more, subtly and openly implying I wasn't good enough for her. Sophia wasn't a gossipy person, so the topic quickly moved on. After dinner, Caleb said he was going to pick up his girlfriend, and arranged for me to take Sophia home. I pretended not to see his suggestive gestures, and motioned for Sophia to get in the car. Halfway there, Chloe called, "Where did you put the men's shampoo?" Before I could speak, Leo's voice came through the phone. "No, you actually called Ethan. I can go without a shower, But what if he misunderstands again? I scoffed. It's in the bottom cabinet, under the vanity. Have fun. Wait. Chloe's voice was a bit anxious. Don't be silly and jealous. Leo was playing basketball nearby, and is soaked. I was about to tell her not to explain, but then I didn't see the traffic light turn red ahead, and I slammed the brakes. Sophia leaned forward, hitting her head. Slow down, you are killing me. Chloe fell silent. A few seconds later, she yelled, Ethan, who are you with? I frowned. We are divorced. We are separate entities, free to do as we please. Sophia said, if you need me to, I can explain to Chloe. I chuckled. Are you sure your explanation wouldn't just add fuel to the fire? Sophia rolled her eyes, and I looked at her. Miss Sophia, you don't believe I'm really getting divorced either. She stared at me for a moment. Finally, she said, I believe you. I curved my lips. Thank you. But you still need to come to my place first to pick up a file, then I'll drop you off. I thought I had made myself clear enough, but started bombarding me with calls. She even found my house. As I went into my study to find the file, there was a loud banging at the front door. Ethan, you. Chloe's unfinished sentence caught in her throat when she saw who opened the door. Sophia's eyes darted, and she deliberately called out loudly, Honey Tilda, your ex-wife is looking for you. Tilda. I rubbed my forehead and came out of the study. I saw Chloe forcefully push Sophia. You bitch. How dare you seduce my husband? Sophia stumbled backward from the push. Chloe tried to hit her again, but Sophia stopped her. Enough. I walked over, pulled Chloe away, and shielded Sophia. What's your problem, coming here? Chloe's eyes widened, looking at me in disbelief. You are shielding her. You know I hate her, and you are still shielding her. Goddamn. I gritted my teeth and said, get help if you are sick. Just then, Leo also came in. He put his arm around Chloe, glaring at me with displeasure. Ethan, you are going too far. Even if you want to force Chloe to give in, you shouldn't use this woman to provoke her. Anyone hates can't be good news. Sophia gave a cold laugh. These days, even male homewreckers are passive-aggressive. Leo's face changed. Say that again, you bastard. What? Male homewrecker, male homewrecker. I said it. What are you going to do about it? Sophia, shut up. Chloe instinctively defended Leo. She stepped forward and looked at me coldly. When did you two start? I sighed. Chloe, just because you are dirty, doesn't mean everything you see is dirty. Leo interjected. TSK, acting so high and mighty, you still brought a woman home at night. Who would believe that a man and a woman alone together didn't do anything? I looked at him amused. So you knew that too? I was sweating from playing basketball. I was in a hurry to shower. What a double standard. I looked at Chloe, feeling mentally exhausted. What exactly do you want? Does tormenting me make you happy? Chloe had a pained expression. Torment? You think I'm tormenting you? I was expressionless. You must have asked Eleanor for my address, right? You clearly knew that if you actively sought her out, she would think we still had hope, and she would bother and pressure me over and over again. You never cared, as long as you were happy. You think everyone should revolve around you, and I should be a loyal lapdog, letting you treat me however you please. But I have feelings too, and I get upset. Because of Chloe and Leo, Sophia stayed at my house very late. When I drove her home, she told me, get some good rest. Good night. I felt a little apologetic to her. She shouldn't have been dragged into all this mess. But I was too tired, mentally and physically exhausted, unable to say a word. Finally, I could only nod and watch her leave. Chloe wanted to talk to me. I agreed. We met again at her dessert shop. She still had a condescending air about her. This time, I admit I was wrong. I shouldn't have disregarded your feelings. But he's my employee, after all, and I can't fire him over something like this. You should understand. But I promise you, I'll keep my distance from him. Here we go again with that routine. I thought for a moment, about 3 months ago, you got a phone call in the middle of the night. The person said he had a stomach ache, and asked you to bring him medicine. You were busy all day, yet you still anxiously rushed over. Afterwards, You said it was your best friend, but actually, that person was Leo, wasn't it? Chloe frowned. What exactly are you trying to say? I'm trying to say, if I were the one who was sick, would you have gone? Of course, She stopped. She must have also remembered what happened a month ago. That day, I had an appendicitis attack, and was in severe pain. I instinctively called her, wanting her to accompany me to the hospital. She said, if you are sick, call 911. Why are you calling me? I'm not a doctor. Chloe impatiently twirled her hair with her fingers. Ethan, get this straight. I said that because we had just argued the night before. I nodded. Yes, we argued. As long as I didn't give in or apologize, I deserved to be treated that way by you. She tilted her head. Shouldn't you admit your fault, when you've done something wrong? I suddenly stood up. The biggest mistake I've ever made in my life was marrying you. She grabbed my arm. What exactly do you want? I looked at her coldly. I just want to divorce you. Chloe turned pale and muttered, impossible. How could you bear to leave me? A week later, Chloe appeared outside my house again. Ethan, I was wrong. I can change. She looked much more haggard. I've already deleted Leo, and I promise I'll never have any contact with him again. She managed a bitter smile and explained to me. Only now do I realize that I never actually loved Leo. I always treated him as your substitute. The first time I saw him, it was like seeing you back then. So energetic and spirited, with so much youthful charm. I listened silently as she continued. The first time I saw you, I fell for you. Do you remember that day? You stood by my computer desk, leaning over to teach me how to handle files. The sunlight shone on your face, and the sense of all that moment gave me was too profound. But later, Ethan, you changed. Chloe lowered her gaze. I found less and less of your former self in you. It was as if work had lost your edge. Your eyes were full of fatigue, and you smelled of smoke and alcohol. That clean and fresh aura was gone. I suddenly spoke up. Smoke and alcohol, is that what you call old man smell? What? Chloe froze. She quickly realized those were words she'd said during a phone call with Leo. She said with a trembling voice, you heard that? Yes, I heard it, and not just that one time. Back then, I truly suspected there was something wrong with my hearing. It must be hearing things. How could Chloe say such a thing? She used to like me so much, but that was just in the past. You said I changed, but people aren't unchanging. I can't stay stuck in one period forever. Stepping into society, as an ordinary person without connections, just because I didn't tell you about the hardships I faced, doesn't mean they didn't exist. If I hadn't worked hard, hadn't socialized for work, would my current achievements have been handed to me on a silver platter? If I could, I'd want to go back to how things were, but that's not realistic. Yes, Chloe's eyes reddened, and she choked up several times. So, I feel regret. Chloe, I'll ask you one last question. Do you like Ethan, or only the 26-year-old Ethan? Chloe opened her mouth but couldn't speak. I didn't force her to answer, because no matter which Ethan it was, she had lost him forever. After that day, Eleanor came to see me again. Chloe has already come to beg you. What more do you want? She's given you a chance to back down. Why won't you take it? I looked at her, confused. Chloe always wanted me to cut off contact with you, and stop financially supporting you. Why do you still want me to be with her? Eleanor's face changed, and she turned and ran. The second person to come looking for me was Sophia. I thought it was also about Chloe. But she said, Ethan, let's go on a business trip. We rushed to Northwood overnight to sign a contract with another company. After the business was done, we had to stay there for one night. Sophia mysteriously said she wanted to take me somewhere. Winding through streets, we stopped in front of the corner. She led me inside and greeted the bartender. She said her friend owned the place, and she used to fill in as a bartender there herself. I sat at the bar counter, watching her expertly mix a drink before pushing the cup towards me. A night without inhibitions. Specially mixed for you. Try it. It had a high alcohol content, tipsy but not drunk. A breeze blew in through the half-open window, and I comfortably narrowed my eyes. Sophia asked me, Are you happy? I nodded, of course. The next day, after I went back, I heard Chloe was hospitalized. The reason was that she was distracted while driving and hit the guardrail. She said if I went to see her at the hospital once, she wouldn't regret the divorce. I went. Seeing me, a spark of hope appeared in her eyes, and she managed a strained smile. You haven't blocked me yet, and you're willing to see me. You are just afraid I'll regret it, and not divorce, right? I nodded. She then asked, do you particularly hate me? I answered truthfully, I did hate you. But now, I've let it go. I don't want to dwell on the past, but I won't forgive you either. All I want now is to stay far away from you. Chloe gave a bitter smile. We successfully obtained our divorce certificate. She asked me, can we still be friends in the future? I smiled, what do you think? After the divorce, I decisively deleted and blocked Chloe. 2 months after the divorce, Sophia told me Chloe had closed her shop. Apparently, Leo was upset Chloe had dumped him, so he started spreading their chat history and photos of them together everywhere. He accused Chloe of infidelity and misleading him into being a third party. In the age of big data, this information spread rapidly. Chloe was cyberbullied, and her shop was also exposed online. She certainly wasn't going to take this lying down, so she exposed everything about Leo two-timing, getting a girl pregnant and making her abort, and being involved in scandalous group activities. The two went back and forth, releasing one explosive revelation after another, completely destroying each other's reputations. Sophia had worked at our company for a year, and we often went on business trips to Northwood together. Every time we went, she would make me drinks, and I also treated her to many meals. Inexplicably, we became friends. Caleb asked me if Sophia was interested in me. I shook my head, probably not. Then do you like her? I was a bit confused. I don't know, I haven't thought about it. Caleb, with a look of frustration at someone's lack of progress, patted my shoulder. I next heard about Chloe online. Because she and Leo had exposed each other, they both gained some viral attention. It was revealed that Leo had AIDS, and his promiscuous private life was understandable. Chloe, following netizens' advice, went for a checkup, and the results were confirmed with certainty. Caleb looked at me worriedly, Ethan, you should go get tested too. I shook my head. No need. Chloe and I started sleeping in separate rooms a long time ago. As for Eleanor, I give her alimony every month, but I hardly see her. She told everyone I was petty and held grudges against her. I ignored it all. In the blink of an eye, it was my birthday. Since I had few friends and was reaching a certain age, I didn't have much expectation for my birthday, but invited me out for dinner. She celebrated my birthday for me. The table was full of my favorite dishes and cake. She rested her chin on her hand and asked me, do you know why Chloe dislikes me so much? I thought for a moment, your zodiac signs aren't compatible. She laughed out loud, then stared at me seriously, because during our internship, she found out we had both fallen for the same person. I froze, a jolt going through my mind. Sophia leaned across the table, closer to me, her eyes sparkling. She said, happy. For your birthday wish, would you consider being my boyfriend? I agreed. Liam clicked his tongue, that's it. No dramatic courtship. I smiled, I like being with her. Adult love isn't just about passionate beginnings, holding hands, and hugging, it's about supporting each other and becoming each other's strength.